नमस्ते दोस्तों, आपका वैल्यू एजुकेटर चैनल में स्वागत है, जहां आप सीखते हो स्टॉक मार्केट में इन्वेस्ट करके आप कैसे पैसे बना सकते हो। तो मेरा नाम है शशांक और ये वीडियो हम ऐसे केमिकल कंपनी के बारे में स्टडी करेंगे कि उन्होंने वेस्ट टू वेल्थ क्रिएट किया है। यानी ऐसे जो रॉ मटेरियल्स है वो जनरली वेस्ट हो जाते हैं, उनका ज्यादा कुछ यूज नहीं है, उनको उन्होंने कुछ स्पेशल प्रोडक्ट में कन्वर्ट किया है, जिसका जो यूज है वो कॉस्मेटिक साइड में होता है या इसके अलावा ये जो रॉ मटेरियल्स है उनको कन्वर्ट किया जाता है कोकोआ बटर इक्विवेलेंट्स में। तो ये जो कंपनी जिसके बारे में हम ये वीडियो में काफी डिटेल में डिस्कस करेंगे, इसका नाम है मनोरमा इंडस्ट्रीज। तो ये जो वीडियो है वो काफी डिटेल वीडियो होगा, तो जरूर आप इसको कंप्लीट देखिए। और यदि आपने मेरे पहले के वीडियोस नहीं देखे होंगे, वैल्यू एजुकेटर चैनल पे मैंने काफी अलग अलग जो वीडियोस है केमिकल सेक्टर और फार्मा सेक्टर और बाकी सेक्टर्स के भी अपलोड किए हैं। तो ये जो वीडियोस है वो आप देख सकते हो। और अब तक आपने यदि चैनल को सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया होगा तो जरूर चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर दीजिए और बेल आइकन पे क्लिक कीजिए ताकि ऐसे जो वीडियोस है वो आपको आगे जाके भी मिलते रहे। तो अभी हम मनोरमा इंडस्ट्रीज का डिटेल अंडरस्टैंडिंग करते हैं।
Manorama Industries is engaged in manufacturing cocoa butter equivalents, which is also called as CBE, butter products, and other related byproducts from the waste products like sal seed, mango kernel, etc., which go into the premium food, chocolate, and confectionery segment, as well as cosmetic conglomerates. CBE is a cheaper alternative to cocoa butter, which is CB, which improves the taste, solidity, and texture of the chocolate. The group has history of many decades, which started with extraction of the butter and fats from sal seed and mango kernel and gradually forayed into exotic products and specialty fats. Now we will see how the business started in early years. In 1940s, before the independence, Janakilal Agarwal used to work near Malkapur, a town in the Buldana district in current state of Maharashtra. Every week he would return home with ground nuts and other seeds for his wife. On Monday he would leave for the work while his wife ground the seeds to make oils and butter. Agarwal would carry these oils to Malkapur to sell and earn some extra money. Gradually they employed more women. One day in 1955, Agarwal heard about a family in Khamgaon, 48 kilometers from Malkapur, migrating to Pakistan who wanted to give away a piston expeller. Agarwal and his son Hanuman Das reached Khamgaon to meet this person. After few years, Janakilal went to London on scholarship where he completed a PhD in fat chemistry. He came back and expanded the seed crushing business and spent most of his time in laboratory experimenting. He discovered that oils from banana peel, mango kernel, and sal seeds could be used in chocolates. So he went to trade in fairs in Japan and Germany to display his products. Janakilal did not have money to offer a stall at these fairs, so he would display all the products on his body. This is how he met Michael Ferrero. He explained to Ferrero that if he used these products, the chocolates would have better stability, and so started the journey, says Ashish Sharaf, Janakilal's grandson, president of Manorama Industries. The journey, however, came to an end when Saraf's grandson stopped the business in 2000. In 2005, new business Manorama Industries was incorporated by Saraf, his wife Vinita, and her father Kedarnath Agarwal. Saraf's elder son Shea has been recently inducted as executive director. The company has been named after Saraf's late grandmother Manorama Devi. Earlier, the company was in trading activities of agro commodities such as rice, maize, soya, etc. But the company generally experienced losses on such trading activities. As the trading business could not yield expected results, management decided to completely exit from the trading business. There are broadly two business segments of Manorama Industries: chocolate, food and confectionery, and second one is cosmetics. Chocolate, food and confectionery consist of cocoa butter equivalents, which is CBE, for chocolate and compounds of coating and molding, and specialty fats and butters for filled fat chocolate confectionery, dairy, bakery, food service, and special nutrition industries. The specialty fats and butter also contribute to the cosmetic industry. Manorama is the pioneer in manufacturing mango butter in the world, which goes majorly into number of renowned cosmetic industries. Manorama is a processor of Shea butter, which is also part of cosmetic butter. If we check the revenue mix of Manorama, 80% of the revenues comes from chocolate, food and confectionery segment, and remaining 20% comes from cosmetic segment. If we check the geographical mix of 2022 financial year, the domestic market contributed about 62% to the revenues, whereas international contributed about remaining 38% of the revenues. Manorama is a global player catering to most of the world's market, providing customized solutions for applications of specialty fats and butters. The company exports to various countries globally and sources nuts and seeds from West African countries. The company has a strong customer base in India as well as globally in the countries like Japan, Italy, Germany, Sweden, Denmark, UK, USA, Europe, etc. Manorama has a strong clientele with the world's leading confectionery and cosmetic brands like Ferrero, L'Oreal, Unigra, Mitsui, Walter Rau, etc., which are sourcing its products. The company derives major revenue from chocolate and confectionery industry with a significant portion of balance revenues coming from cosmetic industry. The company has built relationships with large global manufacturers and many MNCs. Manorama Industries has also entered into a supply agreement with the Body Shop International for supply of mango butter. The Body Shop is one of the leading global cosmetic brands which has pioneered social audits with extremely stringent criteria for sourcing of their products and selection of suppliers. The company is also working with L'Oreal under the Solidarity Sourcing Program that establishes long-lasting fair trade partnerships with creating value. The company also supplies to many other cosmetic companies globally. The company has newly set up state-of-art integrated manufacturing plant at Birkoni near Raipur, from crushing, extraction to refining and fractionation. The commencement of commercial operation at this plant has propelled the company to become a leading Indian manufacturer in the global CBE and specialty fat and butter industry. Now we will see the value chain of cocoa butter equivalents, which are CBE. Raw materials such as Shea go through the expeller, and raw materials such as sal, mango and other exotic seeds go through the solvent extraction process to form crude butter and de-oiled cake. Expeller is a machine used to process seeds to extract oil from it, whereas solvent extraction process is a process of separating impurities from a compound to get the desired output. De-oiled cake is a byproduct sold as cattle feed. Crude butter is an unrefined butter, which means no chemical have been used during extraction. Crude butter is then refined through refinery process to get fatty acids or gums and refined butter, which is NBD butter. NBD butter is neutralized, bleached and deodorized fat extracted and processed by solvent extraction method. Fatty acids or gums are supplied to cosmetic companies as an ingredient for skincare products. Then the refined butter goes through the fractionation process to get stearin and olein. Olein again finds application in skincare products. Then stearin, which is 70 to 80%, and palm mid fraction, which is PMF, which is 20 to 30%, together go through a blending process to get the final product, which is cocoa butter equivalent, which is CBE. As we saw previously, from the fractionation of refined butter, stearin and olein are produced. This stearin is nothing but triglyceride derived from stearic acid, whereas olein is an ester of glycerol and oleic acid. In a broad sense, stearin is a solid part, whereas olein is a liquid part. For example, as we can see in this figure, the solid outer part of a cocoa bar ice cream is made up of stearin, whereas liquid inner part of the cocoa ice cream is made up of olein. Manorama has further integrated to make the leftover resources to cater the animal feed industries from its byproducts. Manorama has ventured into cattle feed industry, offering nutrition and protein meals for animal feed through a diverse product range made up of fatty acids. De-oiled cake is a raw material for cattle feed industry. This forward integration further enables the company to complete the entire value chain. Manorama is the largest supplier of cattle feed from the seeds of sal, mango and shea de-oiled cakes to Indian cattle feed industry. Coming to the capacity expansion part, the company has expanded its capacity of refining and fractionation from 15,000 metric ton per annum to 40,000 metric ton per annum. If we check the latest capex update as of 31st March 2022, the company has incurred about 57.35 crores in land, project and capital advances for a new warehouse and solvent extraction plant. The management is confident of completing the expansion project by Q3 2023. Earlier, the company utilized services of certain third parties at Chhattisgarh for carrying out solvent extraction process required for manufacturing their products. But now the company has set up its own solvent extraction plant in Birkoni near Raipur, Chhattisgarh. The table shows the capacities of various processes. As we discussed earlier, the company has expanded its capacity of refining and fractionation from 15,000 metric ton per annum to 40,000 metric ton per annum. Also, the company is setting up its own solvent extraction plant which will have a capacity of about 90,000 metric ton per annum. Manorama has doubled its seed milling capacity from 60,000 metric ton per annum to 1,20,000 metric ton per annum and tripled its blending station capacity from 10,000 to 30,000 metric ton per annum. Manorama is doing all expansions considering the higher demand for CBE and its value-added product from the food and cosmetic industry. Manorama has its own R&D center which is called Milkoa Innovation and Research Center, which is a high-standard research laboratory equipment with cutting-edge technologies. The company's R&D team is led by Dr. Bhagan. He has worked for Lotus Clothland in R&D and innovation for more than 21 years. The company roped in Dr. Bhagan from Lotus Clothland, a company who already has 70 patents, and he is author or co-author of more than 20 publications in oils and fats genre. Lotus Clothland is a leading global producer and supplier of specialty oils and fats for the food manufacturing industry. He joined Manorama on 1st January 2019. With this support, the company has been recognized for its R&D's effort by the Government of India's Department of Scientific and Industrial Research, which is DSIR. Now we will see the opportunity size in CBE. The cocoa butter equivalent market is expected to reach $1,805 million by 2028. Ideally, cocoa butter is a key component in the production of chocolate, but cocoa butter has several drawbacks, such as limited tolerance for milk fat, a lack of stability at higher temperatures, and tendency to bloom. CBE is a cheaper alternative to cocoa butter, which costs around 30 to 40% less than cocoa butter. It improves the shelf life as well as the texture of the chocolate. The CBE market is primarily driven by the increase in demand for the chocolate and the high price of cocoa butter. Now we will see the opportunity size in global cosmetic industry. The global cosmetic market size was valued at $357 billion in 2021 and it is expected to reach about $508 billion by 2027, with the CAGR of 5.95% from 2022 to 2027. Rising beauty consciousness among individuals in confluence with growing preferences for customized cosmetic products represents one of the significant factors of the market growth. Moreover, due to the growing influence of social media, rapid urbanization, and increasing per capita income, individuals are willing to spend on new, unique, and premium products. The rise in awareness of external beauty along with individuals' internal intellect has become one of the key driving forces for cosmetic usage in global market. Now we will see about Indian chocolate industry. If we check, the confectionery sector in India is divided into 5 segments, which are sugar confectionery, chocolate, traditional sweets, chewing gum and jellies. So if we check the chart, sugar confectionery and chocolate together contributes about 52% and the rest comes from the traditional sweets, chewing gums, and jellies. The Indian chocolate market has seen a gradual shift of consumers' preference from sweets to other substitutes, of which chocolates are prominent ones. About 6 of top 10 global chocolate manufacturers have already entered in Indian chocolate market till 2015. The boost in chocolate consumption in India is largely influenced by changes in consumer eating habits, preferences, lifestyle, and rise in income levels. As a result, chocolates are slowly becoming a part of everyday consumption rather than occasional consumption. Size of the chocolate industry in India was valued at about $2.2 billion in 2021, and it is expected to reach about $3.8 billion by 2027 with the CAGR of 9.1%. Players such as Nestle and Cadbury hold about 80% of the market share in Indian chocolate industry. Further, the entry of foreign manufacturers like Ferrero has intensified the competition in the industry. Few demand drivers of the chocolate industry are: first one is increase in disposable income. Increase in the disposable income will lead to an increase in standard of living and expenditure. Growth of chocolate industry directly depends on the increase in per capita income. Second one is increasing chocolate gifting. Tradition of gifting sweets during festival and the shift in consumer preferences from mithai to chocolates will lead to an increase in chocolate sales. And the third one is increase in sales of dark chocolate. Increasing awareness of consumers with regards to health benefits of dark chocolate is expected to drive sales of the chocolate in the industry. People are also getting accustomed to the taste of dark chocolate. Chocolate manufacturers are bringing about innovation not only in their products but also in their style of business, contributing to overall development and increase in market for chocolates in India. In the chart, it is shown per capita consumption of chocolate confectionery worldwide. Highest consumption is from Switzerland, which is 8.8 kgs per capita, whereas India has only 0.12 kgs per capita. So there is a significant room of growth of the chocolate industry in India. There is a huge untapped market for chocolates in country, as the per capita consumption in India is much lower than that of the other countries. The chart in this slide shows the trends in growth of Indian chocolate industry over the years. If we check in last 10 years of Indian chocolate industry has been grown from INR 38 billions in FY11 to INR 163 billion in FY21, exhibiting a CAGR of 15.68%. In the future, the chocolate industry is expected to grow due to increase in disposable income, increase in chocolate gifting, which is shift from getting traditional gifts to chocolate gifts, and increase in sales of dark chocolates as discussed earlier. The key raw materials from which Manorama makes CBE are Shea nuts, sal seeds, mango kernel, Kokum seeds, and Mowrah seeds. Let's first discuss about Shea nuts. Largely, the global CBE demand is being catered by Shea nuts, which are primarily found in West African region. The Shea nut collection season is from September to January. Shea is very sustainable crop and it doesn't require the use of pesticides or fertilizers. It grows wildly in an area known as Shea Belt across Western Africa, including Ghana, Nigeria, and Ivory Coast. And it is a major source of income for the communities that live in this area. Traditionally, the local women earn their livelihoods by collecting the Shea fruit and processing the kernels it contains. Manorama Africa Limited is a strategic asset primarily engaged into sourcing of Shea nuts from the key markets of West Africa. It sources Shea nuts from the bushes in Ghana through social organizations, women's groups, and local markets. Next one is sal seeds. Sal kernel finds several uses across various applications ranging from bakery products to cosmetics. And sal seeds are available abundantly across northern and central India. They are major source of income for tribal and forest dwellers in Odisha, Chhattisgarh and Madhya Pradesh. Sal seeds are sourced from tribals living in sal forest in Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, Orissa and parts of Madhya Pradesh. The seed starts falling down during the month of May and June, and tribals collect them and bring them to the village centers. Manorama has been buying these seeds from tribals for many years and has an established networks in many villages in the states of Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, Orissa, Madhya Pradesh, etc. They also procure raw materials from the forest departments and local markets if required. After that, we'll discuss about mango kernel. Mango kernel is again a major raw material which Manorama procures during May to July, which is amply available across the country. Mango kernels are either collected wild from the countryside around the Chhattisgarh and Orissa states or collected in the villages following the consumption of the fruit. Another raw material is a Kokum seed which is available from September to December, and Manorama secures these seeds through local collectors in Raigad, which is Konkan district of Maharashtra and Goa. And the last one is the Mowrah seeds. Mowrah seeds are sourced from forest floors in Chhattisgarh and Madhya Pradesh, which are available from May to July. Manorama sources most of its raw material from the forest area, and there is abundant supply of all these raw materials. Manorama sources shea nuts from the forest regions of West Africa, whereas all the other raw materials are sourced indigenously. Now we will see the estimated production and current utilization of raw materials. If we check the sal seed, the estimated annual production of sal seed is about 10 lakh metric ton, out of which only 1.5 metric ton, which is 10%, is currently being collected and utilized. Hence, over 8.5 lakh metric ton is being thrown as a waste annually. Similarly, the other raw materials are also available abundantly in various parts of the country. Therefore, the company doesn't foresee any issues due to non-availability of the raw material naturally. Now we will see the sal seed collection process of Manorama Industries. These sal seeds are scattered in the forest, which are picked by the tribal women. Next step involves pre-cleaning the sal seeds. Step 4 is removing the shell from the sal seed. Then there is a cleaning of the sal seed. Finally, the sal seeds are collected at Manorama's purchase center. So Manorama's procurement system has been established over a period of many years and is now at a developed stage. They have been servicing tribals on time, and over the years they have built a goodwill in a community which helps them to get material consistently. Now we will take a look at the supply networks of Manorama Industries in Africa. Shea fruit is grown on the Shea tree in the Shea forest, which is available in West Africa. The Shea nuts are then picked up by the tribal women of West Africa. Then there is a boiling and cleaning of Shea nuts followed by deshelling of the Shea nuts. Then Manorama Industries buys these Shea nuts and then they are transferred to Manorama's warehouse, after that which is shipped to India through cargo. After that we will see the product portfolio of Manorama Industries. They have 3 Shea products: Shea Butter, Shea Stearin and Shea Olin. Shea Butter is a useful ingredient in cosmetic products. Although Shea Butter is very thick and solid at room temperature, it has a buttery rich consistency that makes it ideal to use as a natural eye cream, lip balm, body butter or as a moisturizing agent in any kind of beauty product. Shea Stearin is a solid fraction obtained via solvent fractionation of Shea Butter, and when blended with palm mid fraction, it results in cocoa butter equivalent. Shea Olin is a soft fraction obtained when processing shea butter to produce Shea Stearin. It is used as a healthy alternative in a variety of applications such as soft confectionery center filling, chocolate spreads, bake stable, bakery applications, and ice cream. Manorama Industries have 3 products based out of sal, which are sal butter, sal stearin and sal olin. Sal butter is high in stearic and oleic acids and has a very few polyunsaturated fatty acids. Sal butter is often used to enhance spreadability of creams, lotions and cosmetics foundation. Sal stearin is a fractionated product of sal fat produced by physical press fractional or by solvent fractionation process. The stearin thus obtained is 56 to 70% of the sal fat which is taken initially. Stearin is harder than cocoa butter and can thus be used easily as a substitute in CBE or CBR, which is cocoa butter replacements, which is why it is also used into manufacturing of the plain chocolates. Next one is sal olin, When sal fat is fractionated, sal olein is obtained. Sal olein is liquid at room temperature with a certain part of it forming solid lumps. Sal olein is effective as an emollient, which is why it is used in skincare products and other cosmetics. Sal olein has zero trans fat and it is used widely in vegetable fats and also being used in ice creams and bakery products. In the mango section, they have three products which are mango butter, mango stearin and mango olein. Mango butter is obtained from mango seeds. It nourishes the skin rash and insect bites, providing it with various fatty acids and helps to keep it soft and supple. Mango stearin is obtained via solvent fractionation or dry fractionation of mango butter, and its composition and physical characteristics are comparable to those of sal stearin. Mango olein is similar to mango butter, however, compared to butter, mango olein contains a high level of oleic acid and the essential fatty acids. In addition, mango olein contains potent antioxidants which are polyphenols, polysterols and triterpenes, making it valuable when formulating products to moisturize and heal dry and cracked skins and facilitate skin cell renewal. This product provides superior softening, spreadability and conditioning to the skin and hair. Then there is a product called Kokum butter which is obtained from Kokum seeds, one of the most balanced of all botanicals. It is specifically used in body lotions, creams and butter blends. Finally, Manorama Industries also has a product called Mowrah butter which is extracted from the flower of the Mowrah tree which is found in Chhattisgarh, Odisha, Jharkhand and Madhya Pradesh in India. Mowrah butter has Ayurvedic properties that act as a coolant to moisturize and radiate the skin. With its emollient properties and multi-purpose nature, Mowrah butter is extremely versatile as a base for beauty products. Now if we check, FSSAI has allowed 5% CBE produced from Indian exotic fats to be used in manufacturing of chocolates. The relaxation is not applicable for CBE produced out of imported Shea stearin. This has been major positive development for the company. This should lead to increase in consumption of CBE from 8,000 MTPA, that is metric ton per annum in 2018 to more than 20,000 metric ton per annum by 2022. As the chocolate industry is growing rapidly in India, the demand for CBE should increase rapidly, which can be catered by the CBE produced from sal, mango, kokum and Mowrah, which are Indian exotic fats. Developed countries like Japan, Russia, etc. permit the use of CBE and vegetable fat other than cocoa butter more than 10%. If the same more than 10% is allowed in India, it will open up a vast broader area of employment and benefit for Manorama and millions of tribes of India. Now let's look at some of the strengths of Manorama Industries. Globally, CBE is largely made from the Shea nuts which are found in West African region. But CBE also can be produced from the seeds like sal, mango, kokum, which are abundantly available in India. Manorama is the only player in India which is capable of manufacturing CBE from sal seeds given its procurement strength. Hence, the global players will find it difficult to compete with Manorama in Indian context. Manorama Industries has a strong moat which they have built over the years by creating a procurement network across various states in the country for the collection of sal, kokum, mango and other seeds from the tribals. Manorama has developed a strong relationship with large MNCs including Mondelez India, Ferrero, The Body Shop, etc. As we discussed earlier, Manorama has entered into a supply agreement with The Body Shop International for the supply of mango butter. It is also working with L'Oreal under the Solidarity Sourcing Program that establishes long-lasting fair trade partnerships. Another strength of the Manorama Industries is its R&D team is focused on adding new products through innovation to create value. The company roped in Dr. Bhagan from Lodus Croklaan, who is an inventor or co-inventor for more than 70 patents. He is an expert in oils and fat modification and has experience in developing specialty oils and fats. As per the Indian regulations, CBE manufacturing is permitted only from Indian sal, mango, kokum with high import duty for Shea based fats. Any new player coming in the market has to go through at least 4 to 5 years waiting period for obtaining all the customers and regulatory approvals to supply the material. Also buy products procured from the processing of sal, mango, kokum such as de-oil cake which is used as cattle feed also has a huge market in India which improves realizations far better compared to any manufacturer in other developed countries, thereby giving Manorama to be more price competitive in international markets compared to other producers. Now let's discuss about Manorama's competitors. So the first is AAK Kamani. It is one of the leading manufacturers in the field of specialty oils and fats produced in India. AAK Kamani specializes in applications of food, pharma, cosmetic, and nutraceutical industry. Kamani products include a whole range of specialty vegetable oils such as hydrogenated vegetable oils, margarines, dry fat replacers, confectionery fats, and exotic butters. AAK Kamani majorly uses shea nuts as their raw material to manufacture CBE. Second is Wilmar International. Wilmar International Limited operates as an agri-business company in the People's Republic of China, and internationally Wilmar specialty fats produced includes cocoa butter equivalents, cocoa butter replacers which are CBR, cocoa butter substitute which is CBS. Apart from that, they also produce specially formulated filling fats, creaming fats, ice cream fats, milk fat replacers, shortenings, margarines, frying fats, and many tailor-made fats to suit the customer's requirement, which are widely used in chocolate coating fats, chocolate, sugar confectionery, bread, pastry, cakes, cream filling for candy, wafers and biscuits, and coffee whitener. Third is 3F Industries. 3F has been an exotic fat business since 1975, and since then 3F has been providing exotic fats from shea nuts to the confectionery industry. 3F sources shea nuts from farm gates in West African countries of Benin, Ghana, Burkina Faso, Ivory Coast, Mali and Nigeria. It largely supplies to CBE manufacturers of Japan, Malaysia, Italy, Holland and UK. So these were some of the major players in manufacturing of CBE products and which could be considered as competitors to each other due to its similar nature of business. Now let's discuss about CBE, CBR and CBS. So cocoa butter equivalent CBE is nothing but vegetable fat which is procured from shea, sal and other common butters such as Kokum, Mowrah, mango and palm butters used both for food and cosmetic applications. Cocoa butter replacers which is CBR are physically similar to cocoa butter but have a different chemical characteristics. These are fats with different fatty acid composition as well as completely different structure of triglycerides than cocoa butter. Due to this reason, they mix cocoa fat only in limited quantities. However, they behave similar to it in final products. Manorama is also going to produce CBR which is under development till now. Whereas cocoa butter substitute which is CBS is a fat compound that is fully hydrogenated. Palm kernel or coconut oil is frequently used as CBS in sweet treats. They are easier to handle when used in chocolate treats and have a high melting point. CBS consists of 100% palm stearin, but nowadays CBS is also blended 85% palm kernel stearin and 15% with palm kernel oil. Use of CBS is increasing in chocolates nowadays. So Manorama Industries is also developing the products on CBS which are currently under development till now. The company is also looking to enter the B2C business segments and are currently developing a range of new products for this. In B2B segment, the company developed a heat tolerant CBE which is CBE-HT for tropical countries which improves thermal stability of chocolate product. Likewise, CBE without palm component has also been developed to replace conventional CBE for different chocolate products. Some of the products under development in B2B segment are thermostable chocolate or hazelnut spread fat, cocoa butter replacer, cocoa butter substitute, etc. Whereas the products under development in B2C segment are thermotolerant chocolate spread, chocolate filled biscuit products, chocolate tablets and filled wafer products. Through extensive customized solution provider and co-development approach with customers and in-house research, Manorama Industries has developed a number of customized products. Manorama Industries has developed a product portfolio named milk range and spread fats, which consist of range of products such as cocoa butter equivalents, which are CBE, cocoa butter improvements, which is CBI, chocolates, hazelnut spread fat, and cocoa butter optimizers. Cocoa butter equivalent has a Milk ES range consists of cocoa butter equivalents with a degree of hardness that matches standard cocoa butter quantity and is fully miscible and compatible with cocoa butter. Cocoa butter improvers, which is CBI, these are the harder cocoa butter alternatives which can improve cocoa butter by increasing the hardness and enabling easy processing. It gives the final chocolate a better taste, texture, eating sensation and reduces the cost. Milko spread is Manorama's premium brand for chocolate and hazelnut spreads. Depending on the required texture, these fat can also be applied in center-filled chocolate products. Finally, we'll discuss about cocoa butter optimizers. So these are softer fats ideal for optimizing a chocolate system, which uses cocoa butter and milk fat by eventually replacing both. This optimization is realized by varying the fat system to balance the flavor and texture of the chocolates. So these premium products go in the making of world's finest chocolate and confectionery brands.
Now let's have a look at Manorama's financials. If we check Manorama's revenues from operations in 2018, it was around 219 crores, which has came down to 208 crores in 2021. But this is not a real picture because in 2018, Manorama was also involved into trading activities of agro-based commodities. So to get a real picture, we need to check the revenues from manufacturing activities, which consist of specialty fat like sal butter, sal fat, sal oil, sal stearine, mango butter, mango fat, mango oil, mango stearine, kokum butter, kokum oil, de-oil cakes, Mowrah fat and several other value-added tailor-made products that form the ingredients of cocoa butter equivalents. So if we check the revenues from manufacturing activities, it has tripled from 61 crores in 2018 to 204 crores in 2021. If we check the EBITDA margins of the company, it has decreased due to pandemic followed by the supply chain challenges. Also in 2022, the EBITDA margins further came down to 14% due to current inflationary environment. A similar trend can be seen in ROC as well. However, the management have given a guidance of EBITDA margin expansion of 100 to 200 basis points in 2023, and also management expects to achieve revenues of 350 to 375 crores in financial year 2023.
तो यदि आपको मनोरमा इंडस्ट्रीज जैसे जो छोटी कंपनीज है, माइक्रो साइज की कंपनीज है, इसके रिलेटेड और ज्यादा जानकारी चाहिए जो जनरली ज्यादा डिस्कस नहीं है और इसीलिए उसमें काफी एक अच्छी वैल्यू जो है वो मिल सकती है एंड रिटर्न कैन बी एक्सपोनेंशियल इन फ्यूचर ड्यू टू देयर अपकमिंग फ्यूचर ग्रोथ अपॉर्चुनिटीज। तो यदि आपको भी ऐसी अलग अलग कंपनीज के बारे में और ज्यादा जानकारी चाहिए होगी या ऐसे माइक्रो साइज की जो कंपनीज है उसमें यदि आपको इन्वेस्ट करना होगा तो आप मेरे माइक्रो कैप क्लब को ज्वाइन कर सकते हो। इसकी जो रजिस्ट्रेशन की लिंक है आपको नीचे डिस्क्रिप्शन में मिल जाएगी या कमेंट सेक्शन में भी आप देख सकते हो और जरूर आप मेरे साथ जुड़ सकते हो। देयर विल बी लॉट ऑफ लर्निंग। मैं मेरी जो आइडियाज है वो आपके साथ शेयर करूंगा, मेरा एनालिसिस शेयर करूंगा एंड देयर विल बी लॉट ऑफ डिस्कशन ऑल्सो। उसके लिए मैंने एक सेपरेट चैनल या ग्रुप जो है वो क्रिएट किया है। तो यदि आपने अब तक माइक्रो कैप क्लब को ज्वाइन नहीं किया होगा तो जरूर ज्वाइन कर लीजिए, जो लिंक है आपको नीचे डिस्क्रिप्शन में मिल जाएगा। और यदि आपको ये डिटेल मनोरमा इंडस्ट्रीज का जो वीडियो है पसंद आया होगा तो प्लीज इसे लाइक कर दीजिए, मेरे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कीजिए और बेल आइकन पे क्लिक कीजिए ताकि ऐसे जो वीडियोस है वो आपको आगे जाके भी मिलते रहे। और जरूर ये जो वीडियो है वो आप आपके सारे फ्रेंड्स के साथ शेयर कीजिए ताकि उनको भी डिटेल अंडरस्टैंडिंग एंड नॉलेज मिल जाएगा।